What? It's not wrong with that. You always have to make fun of somebody when they're here, their presence. Oh, you'll see. Exactly. No. Everyone's looking around. It's great. It's fantastic. It's like, what the heck's going on? Let's see. Somewhat. Wait for Eli to show up. This day is going to be late, of course. He's watching? All right. Don't worry. Yep. A different Stefansky. I said a different Stefansky today.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Avi? מה קורה? ברוך השם. אמרת לאח שלך שיש לו מזל שהוא אח שלך?
All right, Rabbi Sai, let's go. We're gonna lay. We have a big daf today. We're gonna start a little bit early. We have a new guest here. Eli, come sit down. By the way, Yalla. Chaver, let's start. We're starting today early. Here we go. Eli. So, guys, today's shir is sponsored. We have a very special sponsor. It's anonymous. Donated $2.5 million for 2 windows. We still have 10 left. Right, guys, Chaver, Baruch Hashem. We also got an extra chair for 200,000. Today's shir is also anonymous, that same person. Today is Mishna Adam Marvin B'Simcha. Today's shir, that's who it's sponsored by. I need someone to hang this. Guys, can you hang this, please? Tape. Where's the tape, guys? Make sure it's in the window so people can see it. Eli, sit down, please. That's a guest chair, special guest chair.
The gallery.
So today, since it's we got to find the scotch tape, guys. Are we live? Are we live? We're live? Okay. Listen to me. So, guys, please, we got to find the scotch tape. Yeshua, where's the tape? Guys, we're hurrying. Got 10 minutes. Let's go. So, today, since it's Adar, we're going to flip the script, and we're going to show the pictures first, and then read the email. Okay? This is what we're going to do today. It's going to be very big. It's going to be geschmack. So, I got this picture. It's amazing. Forget about monkeys. Today we have lions watching the daf. What you don't see here is this guy Eli, that Yoshua is actually holding the 8-minute daf. You can't see it in the picture, but we don't need monkeys when you have mamish lions doing this. Now what's amazing is people ask me all the time, what's the best vacation I can go on? Is it skiing or is it safari? And safari is not so many places in the world. Skiing you can go more often, but really the shikul, I made a little chart that will help you decide the best vacation to have. And really, you have to understand with any vacation, you have to understand what's the most important part of vacation is how the frequency we can mention it in shir. Now, with skiing, snowboarding, we can only mention that every so often. But with safari, we can mention it every single day in shir. So if you're thinking about vacation this summer, don't worry about Corona. You should go and see a safari, because then you can come back and mention it every single day in shir. All right, guys, we don't have much time. It's a big daf today, so I'm going to read one short email. Dear Reb Stefansky, that is me. I've written a number of times, but I want to tell you how much I'm really enjoying this year. You're a true tzaddik, a goin. Stop. No, actually, I added that part in. A lot of other shirim I watch online are very hard to hear, but this one is always crystal clear. It must be because how silent those Mitsubishi air conditioners are. They're amazing. Those things are the same temperature. It's so quiet you can't even hear them. Guys, can we stop making coffee? It's too loud. Oh wait, the kids? It's fine. The kids are doing it. It's fine. That's okay. Growing up, I went to a lot of schools, but the one that had the biggest impact on my life was in Munkach. That time in Munkach was amazing. I learned a tremendous amount there, including not to say Shema out loud when others are saying Shemona Esrei. I was mamish traumatized. Oh, I need a cup of water. Why didn't anybody pour me a cup of water? Yoshua, we're getting there. Don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna have some whiskey after this. Don't worry. Yes, hurry up. We're almost done. All right. Thank you very much. Just like Mordechai ben David, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam she'akol niyeh bidvaroi. Amen. You got to emphasize the bidvaroi, not the melech ha'olam. So I also spent some time in Manchester, Eli. I also spent some time in Manchester, but you know how those guys are. So I got out of there as quickly as possible. I can't see the clock. Where's it? How much time we have left? Okay, plenty of time. One thing that I noticed is that you really have to take feedback to heart. As you know, it's a serious minhag gra to listen to feedback, but, wow, whose birthday? I didn't even know. Wait, guys, clever. Whose birthday? Happy birthday. Do we know whose birthday it is? So again, let me repeat that real quick. One thing I've noticed, you really have to take feedback to heart. And as you know, that's a serious minhag gra. Everything I do is minhag gra, to listen to feedback. But back to my point, I noticed you almost smiled a couple of times in the 8-minute daf, and you're much nicer to your kids and wife and shir. But I think you need to be nicer to Nachman Seltzer. So he missed a couple of words here and there. And even though that's his job, it's not nice to be mean to him. Okay? Don't bang the neighbor, guys. It's making too much noise. Avi, the camera's okay? Said it. Okay. Another thing I love about the shir is how many kids bring their fathers, and their fathers bring their kids, and hang out in the beautiful balcony. Look at that balcony, it's beautiful, that we built. It reminds me of the famous pasuk, V'heshiv levavos al banim, v'lev banim alav asam. Where's Judah? Take it away, Miami boys. No? V'heshiv levavos. No, chevra. V'heshiv levavos, levavos al banim, v'lev banim alav asam. It's the only thing is, it's a shame that Levi thinks the shir starts at 7:25, and he's going to miss my email. But we all know it's not about the daf, but the yomi. Hoping to finish Shas together. Your biggest fan, Bernie the Burn. Have a great Adar.
Yeah, of course. That's a Stefansky. That's a Jonathan Stefansky Shekoyach. Baruch Hashem, he missed one thing in his email. He forgot to mention that there are certain words that I can't say anymore. Gishmak. Now I can't say anything. Zero. Everything I say was in the email besides that one thing. Zok the Gemara. We have no time for emails. By the way, the numbers are in. Ari, the numbers are in. Shabbos has 156 daf, Bracha 63. Shabbos has 113,000 words versus 70,000 words in Brachas. However, Brachas knocks it out of the park when it comes to words per daf. Shabbos only has 729 words per daf, where Brachas has 50% more per daf, 1,115. Therefore, we have to rush. B'shama yoimrim. There's machlokes in the Mishna. How do you say Bari Ma'aresh? Do you say Bara Ma'ar, Lashon Yachid, or Bari Ma'aresh? So the Gemara starts off thinking that the machlokes is in the first word. Bara versus Ma'are. B'shama yoimrim shebara. Bara means in the past. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created light when Sheshis made Berachos. Ki pligi be'bayre. Machlokes is, what does bayre mean? He will create now in the future as well. Bayre means, could also mean in the past. But bara for sure means in the past. So why not just say bara? Why are we playing around with a word that could maybe, says Taisis, because that's Lashon HaPasuk. It says in the Pasuk Boirei, so we want to use that word. And if it means the past, so it's a better word. Masur Rav Yosef, Yoitzer or Uvayrei Choshech. He's not creating darkness right now. He created Sheshes Mei Berachos, and the pasuk uses Ubayrei in the past. So you see, the word Bayrei does mean past. So how could we still argue on that? Or Beishamai arguing that? Yoitzer Harim Uvayrei Choshech, Uvayrei Ruach. Again, you see that Yoitzer Harim Uvayrei Ruach. You see the word Bayrei means in the past. So there cannot be a machlokes whether or not Bayrei means in the past or not. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned, we are holding 9 lines from the bottom of Daf Nun Beis and Beis. That's where we started. In Berachos. Rav Yosef, Bibara ubayrei kulei amalei pligi the bar mashma. There is no machlokes in the first word. Bara or bayrei or, that's not the machlokes. Ki pligi bima'or uma'orei. The second word. Do you say me'or lashon yachid or ma'orei lashon rabbi? What's the shayla? The Beishami Sabri chadin ahorei kibenura. There's only one color in the light. It's a flame, it's an orange flame. There are different colors. There's red, white, yellow. There's different colors, says Rashi. So you see that the machlokes is in the word me'orei. Do you see me'or, or like we say today, me'orei, meaning many different colors. The Mishna says, you don't make a bracha on a flame that comes from a goy, or besam that comes from a goy. Bishlam in ner, mishum deloi shavas. We're going to go into it a little bit more later. Shaloi shavas means that the light was over Isur, as the Gemara is going to explain. So it has to be a good light that was lit after Shabbos or before Shabbos. Ela besamim, my time eloi. Why not? Why can't you use the besamim of a goy? You typically could use their besamim. But if it comes from a party of a goy, since there was some sort of avodah zarah going on there, therefore you cannot use that light. But the Mishnah continues another case and talks about avodah zarah specifically. So it cannot mean that the first case of the Mishnah is talking about avodah zarah. You're right, the Seif and the Reish are one. It's a continuation and an explanation. Why can't you use the light of a goy? The case of avodah zarah is to explain the case right before that. It's all about avodah zarah. That's the Isur. A light that was not Mechal Shabbos, you could use it. B'shalei Shavas, and it didn't do Shvisa, ei mevarchim alav. My Shavas u'may Shavas. Now, I just want to point out, Rashi says here, look at the second to last Rashi on the Amud. It says, Mishum delei Shavas. Mimelechas Aveiro. The light wasn't Shavas from Aveiro. And look what Rashi says here, amazing. Shahagoy oisem melacha la'oiroi. Rashi doesn't say that he lit the candle on Shabbos. Rashi says he lit the candle before Shabbos. Here's Levi. Baruch Hashem. You were mentioned before. Rashi says that the candle was lit before Shabbos, but on Shabbos the guy did a melacha to its light. Amazing. Meaning, it's a big chiddush here. What? Doesn't say anything about Yisrael. He himself did a melacha la'oirei. Fine. Yeah, nevertheless, we can't use it. Zog the Gemara. What does it mean, Shavas le'Shavas? Name the top of Nun Gimel Omadala. Name le'Shavas machmas melacha. Again, I don't have a clock. Or boy inside the clock and stop shaking the table and then the chachal. Baruch, is this my water?
It is now. It's your cousin's.
It's my cousin's water. Fine. Let's say somebody lit a little candle on Shabbos, but he had permission to light the candle on Shabbos. Why? Because a sick person, or Shalchayo, Yeriledes, Bochatoadi, Noyleiru Melech, or Yilom Shapkor, Niyebit Varoi. But it says, Mefurish, Mevarchim Alav. if you lit the candle because you had a sick person or a woman giving birth, you're allowed to use it for Moirei Shan Motzi Shabbos. Omar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchok, Omar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchok, my Shavas, Shavas machas melachas aveira. So, we're talking about that there was a shvisas melacha. In other words, there was no melacha done on Shabbos. An Isur melacha. Nobody did an Isur melacha on Shabbos. Tani nami hachi. Ashoshes sha'isa delekes v'yeleches kolayim kuloi. If this candle was lit erev Shabbos, so you could use it l'mitzvah Shabbos and v'archim aleh. I saw a tremendous chiddush in halacha. I thought it was very interesting. What happens if a person makes Havdalah? He says, Boyer Menei Psamim, and he looks around and there's nothing there. It happened once in yeshiva. A guy did it, and as a joke, he went, well, whatever. And then what? So what do you do afterwards? Or, and here more, the halacha was said on this halacha. He says, Boyer Ma'oirei ha'esh, and it turns out that it's a fire of a goy. It's lo shavas. The guy did a malacha, he lit a, what now? Says the Rebbe Kiva Eger, since this bracha was mamish a bracha levatala, because it's not a real fire, you cannot, halachically, even with the yeved, you must repeat the whole Havdalah. Even hagafen, because now you made a hefsek between your hagafen and drinking the wine. A crazy chiddush. So that's why I would say in that yeshiva case, where there's no psamim, he also made a hefsek between hagafen and drinking, and memela you would have to make another bracha. What? It was a bracha for no reason. There's no psamim. Okay. Menachem says yesh l'chalik. I hope you're right, because he doesn't say it on that, and I was just wondering why not. So maybe that explains it. Zokti Gemara. Tanur Rabbanan Nachi Shiduk Yisrael. A guy after Shabbos took the light from Yisrael. Now, here's the question. What is fire? When we look at a flame of fire, is this an old fire that was lit 10 minutes ago? Or it's a brand new fire every second? How do you look at it halachically? What's the answer? Machloikis is not so good. So that's what we're going to discuss, but the Gemara is going to come out that it's actually both. It's new, brand new, but it's also old. And a Jew lit from a guy after Shabbos. You could use it as moireish, nachri minachri, a mevarchim alav. But if it comes a guy lit after Shabbos from another guy, a mevarchim alav. We need to explain what's going on here. Mishna nachri minachri deloi, mishum deloi shavas. You tell me the problem is because there was no shvisa. So it's an Isur candle and an Isur candle that went to another candle. It remains Asur. Ihachi Yisrael menachri nami. Haloi shavas. What's the difference? Who lit from who? If a guy lit from a guy, you say it's Asur. So if a Jew lits from a guy, the Isur remains and goes into the Jew's candle, and the Jew shouldn't be able to use it. And if you tell me that it's a brand new candle and there's nothing left from beforehand, and it just renewed itself in what the guy lit a minute ago is not the flame that I have in my hand right now.
It keeps burning.
So how is it possible to be over Isur Heter on Shabbos by bringing a candle from one rishus to another rishus? On Shabbos you have to do a hanacha, akira, and a hanacha. You have to lift it up, take it out, and put it in another rishus, as we're going to see in a few days in Shabbos. So we're asking a stronger question from this, and the Gemara says, how is it possible? The flame renews itself every millisecond, so whatever I lifted up in Rishus HaYachid and brought into Rishus HaRabim is not the same flame. It's a brand new flame. I never had one.
But there's a source.
So here's the question. Why are we talking about the flame? How could I possibly take a flame out of Rishus HaYachid to Rishus HaRabim without a candle? And the candle is Haitzah. Forget about the flame. The candle, without a flame at all, I'm over Haitzah. So Rashi addresses that. Rashi says we're talking about a very small piece of cheres, like a piece of paper, whatever. Poof, you have a nice flame, but it has no shear on the bottom. Ella, the Gemara says, you have to say that every flame consists of a little bit of an Isur and a little bit of a heter. So in terms of the Isur, what you're taking a flame out that was lit in Rosh Hashanah, and that flame remains from Rosh Hashanah all the way through Rosh Hashanah. That's why you're over by bringing it in from one Rosh to another Rosh. On the flip side, I have a brand new flame here, and that's what I'm doing my Ma'orei Eish on a brand new flame. And my whole bracha is on the new part of the flame, not the old. If so, then why should I be able to? Why am I not allowed to use a candle, a goy from a goy? There shouldn't be an Isur. There's a brand new part of that candle that I could use. It's only a Gzeira. Rashi explains that the whole Isur is the moment that Shabbos comes out. At that moment, there's a problem because it's the original flame of the goy. But once you wait a moment later, it's already a renewed flame, and that's no Isur. The whole Gzeira is for that moment. What if somebody did Havdalah on the first possible moment? A person was walking outside of the city, and he saw in the distance a flame. If he knows that most of the people that live in that city are goyim, so it's a goyish flame. As we said, you're not allowed to use a goyish flame. The typical question in Shas: if the majority are goyim, you can't make a bracha, so you're going to make a diuk. 50-50 mivarech. On the flip side, if the majorities are Jews, then you're allowed to use it. You make the same exact diuk, 50-50. So what do you do? Could you make a bracha on 50-50 or not? Yes, you could. So what's the answer? At the end of the day, if mechza are Jewish, you're allowed to use it 50-50. The reason why it says majority, just to mimic the lashon of the beginning of the Brises. You see a child walking with a flame right after Shabbos. You check to see im Yisrael hu mevarech, im Nachiru ein mevarech. If it's a Jewish flame, you could use it. My area tino, gafilu gadol nami. Why is he talking about a small kid? It seems like he almost was over in Isur. It was right by the shkia, right before Shabbos went out. If it's an adult, so obviously he was over Isur. Tinoig Eimar Yisraelu Ikri Unokit. It's possible that this kid didn't realize and he just grabbed the flame right after Shabbos and he walked with it. So you check out if he's Jewish, then you can use it. Taner Rabbanon. No, there's no aver with the kid. It was right after, after shkia. Samach l'shkia. Taner Rabbanon. Like an adult shouldn't do that, but a kid, no. An adult should be makbid and add extra minutes. So the concept is a fire. You can't just do boyer moyer eish on any flame. It has to be a flame lit for light. And if it's not lit for light, you can't use it. A person was walking outside of the city and he saw a flame. If it's very wide, like the opening of the furnace, mevarach alav. Why? Because then I know that it was lit for light and not for the kivshon. What do they do in the kivshon? Like they do today? How do you make cement? You take rocks, you have to heat it up really hot. That's how they made lime. Heat up the stones. So that's what they did in the kivshon. Now, but once it's over, they would use it a little bit for light. How can you tell if it's for light? So if it's a very large flame, it's for light. We have a stereo, we have a contradiction. In the one hand, it says you shouldn't make a bracha on the furnace. On the other hand, it says it does. Like Kashya, in the beginning of the process, when you're trying to burn the stones, then it's not for light. It's only for burning stones. You cannot make a bracha on it. But at the end, you're done. Now you have a flame. What's the flame for? The flame is for light. So you can make a bracha. The furnace, the oven. You could make a bracha at the end it's for light. The light in the Shul. Sometimes you can make a bracha on the Shul's light. If there's an important person, the light was not lit for light, but it was lit for his honor. And if there's no chashuv person, obviously they lit the light for the simple people to see. They had a person living in the shul, a shamish, lived in the shul, so he needed the light. So obviously the light was not for the Adam Chashav, it was made for the shamish living in the shul. Even if there's a shamish, if there's a moon, a full moon, then the light was not lit for the shamish because he could just live off the moon. But if there's no moon, then obviously it was lit for light, and therefore I can make a bracha. They were sitting in the Beis HaMedrash and they brought a light. One bracha for everybody. That's going back to what we were discussing a few times. It's better to make a bracha, one bracha for many people, than everybody making their own bracha. Why should each person make their own individual bracha? You hear this? While people are learning, you don't want to just make a bracha and be mevatel Torah. Something similar. They wouldn't say zu gesund, labriot, bless you, when a person sneezed. This is a kash on the story about the guy that somebody made a bracha once. He asked, could you make a bracha on lightning? He said, how do you even hear it? Okay, kasha. If you look in the side of Gilead Shas, real quickly, because we're running behind, Gilead Shas, Rabbi Kiva Eger says, Rashi this explains a lot. We know this Gilead Shas, but it's kedai to see it inside. From the day that the world was created, nobody was ever sick. If a guy he was about to sneeze, you have to catch his sneeze. If you didn't catch it, poof, fall down and die. His neshama would go out from his nose. I need to give it tzava. Listen to him. That's where the minute comes to say bless you, because people would die when they sneezed. Says the Gemara. What? Chayav. My time. So, if there's a candle for the dead, it's made for his honor and not for light. And in order to make the bracha, it has to be made for light. They didn't have refrigeration, so they did psamim for the smell. It's just to undo the smell, to counteract the smell, but not to give a pleasant smell. Any person, dead person, that you take him out with honor, with lights, that means the light is not made to see, the light is made for his honor. But if you could tell that the candle is there only to see, then I can make a bracha. What about that nice fragrance they put you in the bathroom? And oil that you put on your hands, says Rashi, you don't make a bayratzi b'samim on it, but if it's a farsimon, you would have to make Orev, Boirei, Shemen, Orev. Lememra, they call Heicha, the lav l'reicha avida lo mevarchim alavei. If you smell a beautiful smell, but it wasn't made to smell, it was made for other reasons, you don't make a bracha on it. Meisvei, hanichlas chanus shel basom. You go into a store that he sells perfume, v'riach reach, and he smelled the smell. You do make a bracha. Nichnas v'yotza, you went in many times. Every time you walk in, the Gemara understands that the Basam doesn't want people, he doesn't put the smell out there, he sells perfume. Become a varech, says the Gemara, what are you talking about? The oldest trick in the book. He wants you to smell the perfume, so you buy his perfume. Right? You walk past the pizza store and you get that fan full of what's the pshat? They want you to smell it. You go to the supermarket, they have these devices that make all these smells. It's on purpose. He's walking outside of the city and he smelled something. If the majority are goyim, you don't make a bracha. Even the majority are Jews. You don't make a bracha. Why? Jewish women, they do sorcery. They're mekater for witchcraft. Says Gemara, what? Every girl? No. There's a minority that do it. And there is a minority of people that put the psamim, they light it up and they try to make their clothes smell good. That's not l'reach, that's to make their clothes smell good. So now, if you take that miyut and that miyut, plus the miyut of goyim, all these miyutim together, now you have a roiv that are not for reach. Ishtakach.
What if you know whose it is?
Oh, so that's perfect. Yeah. If you know, or it's not a roiv, or whatever, then you don't have a problem. Ishtakach ruba de lav l'reich havid. V'charuba de lav l'reich havid lo mevarach. You don't make a bracha if the majority is not for smell. In Tveria, l'kavet Shabbos kodesh, they would make smell in their clothing. And in Tzipori also Matzi Shabbos, because they were sad that Shabbos left, they would make the reach eidim mevarach. It's a smell for the clothing and not for you. If you're walking where there's avodah zarah, and the person wanted to smell. Now, if the smell came into your nose, no, it's not the end of the world. Things like that happen all the time. You see something, you smell something, but if you want to smell it, then you're over Isur of avodah zarah. You don't make a bracha on a candle until you use it. So now if you read the simple words in the Mishna, you have to use it. Doesn't mean use it. If you are close enough that you could use it, that's enough for you to make Bayre Me'ore Eish. Even if you are far away from it, you still make a bracha because you could use it. You're talking about even in a case where it's far away from you, you make the bracha, right? You don't always sit next to the candle by Havdalah, you could sit 10 to 20 feet away, as long as it's a candle that makes enough light. Let's say you have a candle hidden in your lap, or a flashlight, or it's in your, you can't really see. You see the flame, but you can't use it. The Gemara is going to explain. You could use the light, you don't see the flame, you don't see the source. It says in Mefurish, you need to do two things. You need to use the light. So in Havdalah, we're going to have to walk over to the candle and use it. Go like this with our fingers. How is it possible to use the light but not see the flame? It's around the corner, but it shoots off light. How is it possible you see the flame but you can't use it? You're standing far away from it, and it says it's not good. You can't stand far away. You have to be able to use it. You could go in the Amya V'Ozla. It's dimming. There's nothing left of the flame. That's why you're not yotzei. But if it's a very large flame and you're sitting 100 feet away, you don't have to physically use it. It has to be a light that you could use. Glowing coals. But if they're going down, they're dimming. They throw in a little piece of wood and it just bursts out in flames. That means it is glowing. You can make a bracha on it. Just a technical question, because remember the Gemara is Baal Peh. So when this halacha was said that oimimois, and we translate oimimois means dimming, how's it written? With the aleph or with the ayin? Nafkamina for nothing. Just how do you write it? Toshma. Don't Rav Chizda bar Avdimi. Arozam loy mamu. It says in the pasuk, amamu with the ayin. So it's with the ayin. Began elikim. Rav Omar yoisim amish. Says Rashi, you don't have to use it. If you read again, yoisim means you have to use it. Rashi says no, you have to stand close enough that you could use it. V'kamo ma'ulo kadesh yakir ben Isur lepudyoin. Rabbi Schoenberg sent me. I asked him to send me pictures. I couldn't understand them. Maybe he could decipher. Are they on here or not? Which one is the Isur? This one right over here. This is the Isur, and where's the Pigeon? I made it smaller. It's not to the scale. But kids, here are coins from that era. You have to know how to differentiate between this guy and this guy. If you can differentiate, then great. If you can't differentiate, what? A pound. Oh, that's where the Lashon pound comes. Pund, yoin, pound. Very good. All right. We believe you. Yeah, I'll put it over. Chardonnay was off. The Olam was very upset about your Chardonnay. Oh, he's not here. He left. Come in here, Dr. Factor. Get over here. Where is he? Here, we gotta do one of Jonathan Stefansky things. Is it Chardonnay? You still holding by the Chardonnay thing? Still holding. Okay. Because the guy in the kibbutz told him that's it. It's mechulek on Google, whatever. Let me show Now, by the way, the Rishonim bring this and say, it says you have to differentiate between an Isur and a Pigeon, smaller coins. Shkoyach, thank you. You're back. No, not. Okay. He's looking at me like I fell off the moon. Isur, that's why we go like this today. We look to differentiate between the skin and the nail. You don't have to go like this, 2 hands, 3 hands. You go with your right hand, you just differentiate between the skin, and that's it. You have to go upside down and inside out. Okay, that's another one of my things. It's a little smaller. Rav Yehuda mevarech advei ado dayola. So I believe that dayola was actually his shamish, his waiter.
Odo was the shamish.
Odo dayola, yeah. Advei odo dayola. Odo is shamish. It says over here shamish.
Odo hashamish.
Okay, it says shamish. Great. So, anyways, but says Rashi, he lived very far away, so he would use the light from his house, even though it was far away. Like we said before, the light could be far away. Rava, on the other hand, who says you have to be close to the light, mevarach adavei guryo bar chama, somebody who lived really close to him. Abaye, it's not clear what Abaye did. Mevarach adavei bar avua. Omer Rav Yudom Rav. Typically, you have to go look for an esrog. You don't have to look for a candle on Motzei Shabbos. Why? It's to give Shvach HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but it's not a necessity. It's not something the hechrich. And the same thing for psalmim. These are all things from Shabbat HaKadosh Baruch Hu for making light, but it's not the Havdalah. It's not Ikar Havdalah. Omar Rabbi Zera Mereish Hava Mahadrino. In the beginning, I really looked for it. I searched for it. Kim the Shemana Lo Rav Yudom Rav. I heard in the name of Rav. Now the Madrano. I don't look for it anymore. Eli Miklali Memelo Mevorchino. If I find it, great. If not, that's okay. South Australia, Robert Hamer is watching live. Shalom Aleichem, Robert. Welcome.
Eli,
yes.
if it's a threat from a Avodah Zarah, it's the copying the whole thing. But if you don't have that at all, then it's okay. It's like it's worse to have a bad word than to have a
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Who made the cake? The corn bluth? Which corn bluth? Chaim. Shkoyach. I saw you pounding it, by the way. Was it good?
That's the only way I get cake in there.
Tomorrow, wait for tomorrow. Who's down tomorrow?
Shkoyach Chaim.
Nothing escapes his eagle eye.
I did see it, and it was more than a kazais you have to bench, by the way. All right, Mishachal. Omar Rav Zvid. So, by the way, it says in the Mishnah, if somebody was eating and they finished the meal and they brought a cup of wine, and then the Gemara completely ignores it. The Gemara brings the Mishnah, completely ignores it, goes to something else. Says Rashi because we already addressed it. Okay. Omar Rav Zvid, V'teimer Rav Dimi Barabba Machlokes b'Sheshachach Amazed Divrei Hakol Yachzol M'Koymi V'Yivarach. If a person, maybe no, sorry, that's the next sugya. New sugya, a different sugya. Mishachal, a person ate food, and then he forgot to bench, and he walked away. Machlokes in the Mishnah, Beishami says he has to go back to where he ate. They still say he could just say the benching right over there. Pshita. Oh, I've been amazed. Sorry, I've been amazed. I looked up for a second, I'm gone. Person did it on purpose. He walked away. Chutzpah. Go back to where you came from. Pshita. It says in the Mishnah V'shachach, anybody can be medayik only if he forgot. According to Basil, he doesn't have to go back. But if he did it on purpose, he has to go back. Nan. Mao the same. I would think that Basil hold even if he did it on purpose. I do not have to go back. The Beishami say even if he forgot, he must go back. Komash Malon, that if he did it on purpose, even Basil hold, he must go back. A person ate on top of a building, 20-story building. V'shachach v'yorev v'lo berach. He walked down all the flights of stairs, but he didn't make a bracha. Yachzor l'reish habira v'yivarach. Does he have to go all the way up the stairs? No way. Amar lahem beisham lebisil. So Beisham answered, l'devrechem mishashachach arnikim reish habira. If you've lost a lot of money, we all tell our kids, if it was money, you wouldn't do this for money. It's Torah. Torah is worth more than money. So all this, yeah, what? Yeah, exactly. I love this. And it seems like, by the way, we're going to see, it's very interesting. And I'm noticing now what Yosef said, that it's a very good svara to the point that even though the halacha is usually like Beis Hillel, but we're going to see that somebody listened to Beis Hillel, and this explains it. He was eaten, as we're going to see in a second. I don't want to ruin the story, without a bracha. He was eaten without a bracha. He wouldn't have gone up himself. What? Hillel himself. He was so poor, he wouldn't have gone up himself. For him, he wouldn't have gone up for the money. Maybe. You're not going to think.
He had no money to go up for.
Shouldn't he go up for HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Says the Gemara, one went all the way back. He found a wallet full of gold. And a lion ate him without a bracha. But because even Beis Hillel agree, that you should go back. It's better to go back.
From the place we ate.
So, right. A person, right? Nachman is right. The person walked away on purpose, and in that case, Beis Hillel says you have to go back. So he didn't go back, and a lion came and ate him. Rabbi Isai, you have to remember this. Berachos Daf Yomi Gimel Beis. A fascinating story with an amazing life lesson. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Bar Chana was in a convoy, in a caravan. He was on the way. He was on the bus. He ate bread, and he forgot, and he didn't bench. And he said, what should I do? If I tell them the truth, I tell them I forgot to bench. So they're going to tell me, the bus driver is going to say, I'm not stopping. Bench, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is everywhere. Don't you believe that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is melech halar, is k'vayda? Bench right here. I might as well just make up a story, tell them I left in the rest stop, I left my golden dove, very valuable dove. I got to go back, you got to stop the bus. Omar Luhu, so he told them, interrulay, you have to wait for me. Then shoy yoned dahava, stop immediately. I left my golden dove. Ozalu baruch v'ishkach yoned dahava. Says the Gemara, they stopped, he got off, he benched, and sure enough, he found the golden dove. So I want to ask you, Rabbi Isai, has it ever happened to you? You find out that your neighbor is not doing so well, so you take an envelope, you fill it with cash, you go at night, you put it by the door, ring the bell and run. And as you're running, you trip over a golden dove. Or better yet, you get into bed late at night, you're exhausted, you're under the blanket, and all of a sudden, oy vey, I forgot to daven ma'ariv. Forgot to do the daf. And there's two options here. You could either mumble it under your pillow and pretend you're saying Kriya Shema. Your wife, what are you doing over there? I'm saying Kriya Shema. Or you get out of bed, you get dressed, you get in your car, and you go to Shul. And as you're going to Shul, you trip over a golden dove. Has it ever happened to anybody? It's happened to me. And I want to tell you, Rabbi Isai, it's happened to every single one of us. Because, we're raising money for our neighbor that lives literally 10 feet away from here. He hasn't had children for over 20 years. We're building a mikveh for his chus. When we have a child, or in my case, a grandchild, that's our golden dove. When we do a good business deal, we flip a house, we make some money. It's our seichel? No. That's our golden dove. When we have a shidduch, there's a shidduch crisis out there. Your daughter gets engaged, golden dove. Rabbi Barbachan was on a schos. He saw the golden dove right there and then. We just have to open up our eyes. The golden dove is right here. We just have to open up our eyes. Zog the Gemara. I frag the Gemara. Mishna yoina de misilo Knesset Yisrael yoina. Why a dove? Because Knesset Yisrael is a nimshal to a pigeon. D'chsiv kain for yoina nechbo bechesed ve'beriseh be'irak rak chorz. I want to do a feher here to our good friend Ari that knows Shabbos inside out. Alicia Balkanofayim. What daf? What daf? It's twice in Shabbos. Twice. All right, Daf Memtes, Daf Kuflam. The famous Lishu Balkanofayim. He also said, he took off his tefillin, he put in his hand, and there's a knafayim. The Gemara says these same words. Ma yoina nitzol zabik nofel. Av Yisrael einon nitzolim elo b'mitzvahs. Klal Yisrael is saved with their mitzvahs like a pigeon is saved with their wings. Adi Mosaihu. So when could you say Berachos Hamazon? Machloik is until, the Mishna says, until the food is digested. Kam shir equal. What's the shear? Omer Rabbi Yochanan calls man she'eni roiv. As long as he's not hungry. So in other words, you know, we say like, oh, I'm still fleshiks from yesterday. If that's the case, you could still bench. As long as you're still thirsty because of that meal. That it's when you're thirsty. That's berach the shear of 72 minutes. Machlok is what it is, but arba meal. So where did you get this thirstiness? Like Kashi. Kan ba'achila meruba. When he ate a lot, says Rashi, then it's 4 meal. Kan ba'achila mu'eta, says Rashi, that's when you use the shear of being thirsty. Taisus reverses it. Balem yayin. Over here is where Rashi says that we already explained the sugya. That if wine comes in the middle of the meal, at the end of the meal, do you first make a bracha on the wine or not? That's what we discussed yesterday. You have a person, the Gemara understands, somebody's at the meal, somebody else is making a bracha to be moitzi him, and he doesn't even hear the bracha. He hears, Mina aretz, Amen, and now I could eat bread. I could eat bread without hearing Baruch atah Hashem l'keinu v'chayolam v'yitzlechem min haaretz. V'chi lo yishama eichin afik. Aber chia barav, b'shelo yochal imayim. He's not being yotzei. V'chin omer Nachman b'shelo yochal imayim. He's not being yotzei. So what's the chiddush? The chiddush is like Alexandria. As long as you understand what the bracha is, you lift a flag, you can make a bracha. If you don't understand what bracha he's making, you have no clue what he's making, don't say amen just because everybody else is making amen. Now we can't ask. It's already 8 o'clock. My son, whenever you have an opportunity to be mezamin, lead the zimun, do so. Says the Gemara, why should you be the one leading? Just answer. You get more schusim by saying amen than by leading. I swear that it's like this. Right? The simple soldiers, they go in first. They attack first. Who finishes it up? The Duvdevarim come in all the way at the end. The better ones, the ones that know how to fight better. So in fact, it's a machlokes Tanoi and the Sanyo. When it says in the pasuk Kumu, Berachos Hashem, it's the person leading and the person answering. But they hurry and rush to give sachar to the person, according to this man, the Omar, to the person that leads, rather than the person that says Amen. Have a guten chodesh. It's 8:01. Well, no, we'll finish. We'll finish tomorrow. I know but it's late.